Overall, how do you rate the recent visit to Sri Lanka?
Well, we think it's been a very valuable visit for us. We've been very well received. We've been given time. We would have liked more time with the ministers that we've met, but that's because we would like to get deeper into the discussions. I think in terms of sort of the issues that we've been discussing, we do feel that there is now a sense of forward progress with the government, that in terms of what they've been saying in their GSP Plus, this trade agreement evaluation has meant they've had to really think through how they're going to implement changes. So we can see now what the plans are. However, I think there are a couple of areas of concern for us. When we were here last a year ago, and were led to believe at that point that changes, for example, to the Prevention of Terrorism Act would have happened hopefully by now. So we're concerned that that hasn't happened. We're concerned that we still haven't seen changes in the criminal procedures so that self-incrimination is still possible. So there are those sort of changes that we would like to have seen by now, which haven't happened.
Madam, the thing is, there's a perception among the people that the government actually doing some token gestures, but not taking concrete actions with regard to key issues like accountability, reconciliation, and all. They have taken some measures, but it's not very concrete actions. So what is your take on it? Are they only playing for time buying, or do you see real intentions in your meetings with them?
I think there are still real intentions there. I mean, we've been pleased to see that, for example, the office dealing with people with disappearances is now really coming into being. That there'll be money set aside in the budget for that, we understand. So that's very important, because that's been a long-standing demand by people from different communities in Sri Lanka over the years since I've been coming here. But I think we're also seeing a number of changes in sort of soft policy almost in terms of reconciliation, integration. And of course that's difficult to see how that plays through, because it's not a building, it's not, it's about changing sort of attitudes and perceptions. There's still progress on the release of land. We would like to see that speed up. We think it could be faster. We know that there's work going on in terms of building new housing for people who are resettled. So there are some things which are there, which are making progress. I think maybe we share the feeling of some people in Sri Lanka. We would like this to be quicker, so that people don't lose confidence in the government and its promises.
But the thing is, the people who helped to elect this government into power, most of them now expressing disappointments over the government's failure to keep the promises. But since last year, you said you have seen some improvements in the government when it comes to progress. You said during the press conference, but it kind of a contrary to what people here actually think. What your take on the?
Well, I think some of the changes that we're seeing, I mean, we wouldn't say they were massive changes, but they are incremental. And I suppose part of it also for people depends as to their own personal experience. That if you are looking at resettlement, if you are looking at the return of your land and you haven't got that, then for you feel this very deeply. Other people will say, this is happening. You just have, it's still going on. It hasn't stopped. And I think that's a key measure. Has this stopped? No. Is it still moving forward? Good. Could it go quicker? Yes. So, I think that's the feeling that we have. I think the government senses that. It obviously has, a number of issues to deal with as a government. But, this is something we've been saying to them. People are starting to lose confidence. They gave you their vote.